If you're a grown man who is financially successful, you might be finding that it is difficult to make friends. It is difficult to build a social circle. A lot of successful men have this problem because the people that they grew up around, especially if they're new money, if you are a self made successful man, then the people that you grew up around are probably nowhere near your level. Probably the people that you just naturally made friends with in school and in college, they are not on the level of motivation that you are. Chances are they are all about the football and the video games and the beer, and you have higher aspirations in life. Have different interests, shall we say, we'll put it nicely. You have different interests than the people that you grew up around. Now, on the other hand, there's a lot of people that would like to associate with you, especially if people know that you are successful. But a lot of those people are looking for something from you. They want to associate with you because they want a piece of the action with the success that you've had. And so people will try to flatter you and people will try to like weasel their way into your circle just so they can get something from you. So chances are you've started to just naturally isolate yourself somewhat because you want to get away from these people. And then there is a third category, which are the networking groups, the Young Presidents Organization, and that sort of thing. That, yes, you get to be with people that are on your own, that you're on your level. But on the other hand, these groups are very transactional. It's very much about, hey, if I do this for you, what can you do for me? Whereas what we're lacking at the end of the day is really just to have friends, people that we enjoy hanging out with, that there's no pressure, there's nothing transactional, nobody's trying to get anything from anyone else besides just the good feeling of having good people around you. That's very difficult to get. Now, what do you do about it? Right? If you are accustomed to having money, then you're probably accustomed to whatever problem you have, you just try to throw money at it. That, unfortunately, doesn't really work very well in this circumstance because if you throw money at having friends, then you're probably going to have the wrong type of friends, right? You don't want to pay people to be your friend. That's probably not going to work out very well for you for obvious reasons. So, what do you do instead? Well, you could just get like really good at socializing with people in regular social settings. So you just get good at going out to bars and striking up conversations with people, or like striking up conversations with people in the grocery store. That does work. And there are people that are very good at that. However, it's kind of difficult for most of us. And it feels awkward and it's a lot of work. And you're kind of like, it's hard to burn through all of the people that you really don't want to hang out with in order to find the few that you do. It's very time consuming. And it's probably, if you're busy, if you're successful, chances are you're also busy, then you probably don't want to spend the time doing that. So, what else can you do? Well, what I've figured out is a method that I have not really seen anybody else do, and that is through paid advertising. You're not advertising a networking group. You're not advertising like, hey, is anything transactional? You're rather just advertising to reach people who are similar to you, people who are successful, but have found themselves to be somewhat isolated and perhaps even a bit lonely. And you don't really require anything of them. You don't make them pay to join your like to be your friend, and you don't pay them to be your friend. You don't frame it as any kind of professional networking group. It's just, hey, we're a group of motivated guys that hang out occasionally. We do cool stuff together. That's it. And this is not, by the way, one of these mastermind groups, which is kind of along the same lines. And I'm not against mastermind groups at all. The problem with mastermind groups, though, is that they tend to be geographically distributed. So you get on Maybe you have Zoom calls, maybe you have a Slack chat or something, and then maybe you get together twice a year. But twice a year is just not enough to form any meaningful friendships. And then if that twice a year happens to fall on dates when you have prior engagements, well, now you can't even get that. So what you really want, chances are, is a group of actual friends that live nearby you that you can go hang out with. You can go get dinner with. You can go on a boat trip with. You can do stuff with just on a whim. If that's what you want, that's what you can do with paid advertising. You can target the people that are like you, who are in your local area, and you just give them the same message that I'm giving you. Essentially, you say, "Hey, would you like to be with a group of high-performing men that hang out and have fun together and don't really expect anything of each other? There's nothing transactional. This is not about business. It's really just about hanging out, having fun, sharing good energy, and that's it." If you would like to do that, I can build out the whole thing for you. I figured this out for myself because I had exactly this problem, and I figured out the entire system. If you would like me to build that for you, I'll put a link in the description or you can get the full info. And if it sounds good to you, you can book a call with me and we'll talk about how I would build it specifically for you and for your specifications of who you want in your social circle. So thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.